Hey there my lovelies, and welcome to my booktube channel, The Sassy Library Fox. My name is V, and today we're going to do something fun. We're finally, after so many months, going for my original BTS tag. And it's not just going to be any tag. I thought about this very long and hard. It literally took me months to create this tag. So because I have never seen it done before, I decided to go a BTS World Book Tag. And I don't know if you know about the background story of BTS World, but I'm just going to tell you a little bit about it. The BTS World soundtrack is actually, as it already says, a soundtrack album that was released in 2019 in addition to the mobile phone game BTS World. So on this soundtrack there are 4 songs that BTS sings with other artists or themselves, and 7 songs that are some sort of themes, and they are just instrumental, but every one of those songs is dedicated to a member and also kind of reflects the mood of the member, I think. So in total it are 11 songs, and there are also 11 prompts now because I made them according to the songs. And what do I have to add? I don't think a lot of armies know that this album even exists. I mean, I've been army for 3 years or so before I even discovered that one. So it's a fairly unknown album. There doesn't exist another tag of BTS, or I haven't seen another BTS World tag on YouTube. I looked it up and no one did it before, so I decided to go for it. And because this wouldn't be a BTS tag if I wouldn't have something from BTS with me, aside from the album you see in the background every time I record a video, I decided to use my BT21 mug. And yeah, this is going to be a chill video, or at least I will try to make it nice and cozy because I love BTS, as you all know. And I just decided I will take my time with this tag. I hope it won't get all too long, but if it does, well, it's my second original book tag video ever, and it's about BTS, so you gotta deal with it. If you're watching this, you just gotta deal with it. Okay, enough said. I'll just take a sip of my coffee. And then we will just jump right into the questions and into my tag. Okay, so as already said, this is the BTS World Book Tag, and the first prompt on my list is Heartbeat, a book about strong longing. And a book about strong longing. Well, the reason why I decided to take this prompt for the song is because Heartbeat is full of longing. When I created that tag, I wrote it down in my journal book, and what I wrote down to Heartbeat was burning desire, wish you would love me, longing, lost and found, heart on fire, and all those things are kind of put into that song and are lyrics in the song. So I decided I would go for a book with strong longing in it. And I think the book, or actually it's a series, I think would fit this the most is the Conqueror Saga by Kirsten White. And I mean, the 2 MCs are siblings, Radu and Lada, and they live in Wallachia until they are forced to move to the Sultan because there is some sort of ransom for their father, and the Sultan just takes in those 2 foreign kids, and they become friends with his son Mehmet, and both of them later on fall in love with Mehmet. And basically the entire series so far, and I've read the first 2 books, had such a strong longing in them. I mean, the longing of Lada and of Radu for Mehmet. Yes, they fall in love with the same boy. Is quite something, and the entire book is oozing with this longing. You can feel it on every single page, and not just the longing for Mehmet, but also the longing for their home and for their country, for their people. It's really, I think if I would have to think about a book that represents longing, I will always choose that one because it just fits. So this is the one I would choose for Heartbeat. And let's see to the second prompt, and the second prompt is Dream Glow with Charlie XCX. A book that features a dreamer or dreams in general. And quite honestly, the first book that comes to mind is the Dreamer trilogy by Maggie Stiefvater, or the Raven Cycle at that, which is also written by Maggie Stiefvater. It's just the series before the Dreamer trilogy. And I don't know, if you don't automatically think of Ronan Lynch when you hear the word dreamer, you definitely haven't read the series yet. So that's really, I think there couldn't be a more accurate answer than that. If you have a more accurate answer, and if you know a book about a dreamer or a book that features dreams, please let me know in the comments down below. I would love to check that out. But for now, I will just go with this answer and won't dive any deeper into it, because you would never hear the end of it. Once I start to talk about Maggie Stiefvater, I can't stop. So I'll leave it at that. And oh yes, I probably should have told you why I decided to go for this prompt, because Dream Glow, the song, is about following your dreams, never giving up, and showing your glow. So that was the reason why I decided to go for the dreamer prompt here. Anyway, let's head to question number 3, and that is A Brand New Day with Sarah Larson. And as a prompt, I chose a story about self-love, of finding yourself. And this is because A Brand New Day is about listening to your voice within, finding yourself, show the world what you can be, and things like that. Those are the topics in the song. So yeah, I decided I would go for a story about self-love or finding yourself. And the book I will choose for this prompt is I Wish You All the Best by Mason Deaver. And the reason why I chose it is because Ben, the MC in this book, is non-binary. And they come out to their parents one night, and their parents react in the worst way possible. They throw them out of the house, and they don't even have a jacket or shoes or socks for that matter, and are standing right in front of their house and can't enter anymore, and it's winter. So Ben decides to call their sister, and well, Ben's sister comes and picks them up and takes them with her to her flat and offers them shelter and a home. So yeah, Ben has to figure out a lot of things. For instance, if they want to come out to others now that their parents reacted so badly, if they just want to pass as a guy or not. And yeah, this book is definitely about self-discovery and finding yourself, because Ben has a lot of things on their plate, and they really just have to figure out their entire life anew. So yeah, I think this was written in such a nice and sensible manner, and you could really follow Ben's journey to themselves, and it was it was really nice. It was a really good book, and I think it fits the prompt perfectly. Okay, let's head to prompt number 4, All Night with BTS World. A book that gave you a good time. And well, I decided to go for that prompt because the song is all about having a good time, party, reaching your goals and inspiration. And so I decided to go for a book that gave you a good time as a prompt. And I think I'll personally just choose a recent book for that one, and I'm choosing The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood, because really this book, I had such a good time with this book. I was grinning like crazy. I enjoyed all the weird situations Adam and Olive got into, and it was just a fun book. I paged through this in no time. I read it so fast. I rarely read books that fast. So yeah, and also my review isn't going to be too much thinking, because this was honestly one of those books that is just giving you a good time and you page through it and you enjoy it, and that's about it. You don't have to have deep thoughts about it. It's really one of those books you just enjoy reading and don't overthink. So that's my choice for that one. And here we come with prompt number 5, Captain, which is already the Namjoon theme. And well, my prompt for that one is a book with a strong MC or leader. And quite honestly, do I even have to explain it? I mean, Namjoon, or Junie as I love to call him, is really such a good and strong leader of BTS. I mean, that man is amazing. He isn't even the oldest in the group, because that's Jin, but he is their leader for a reason, because he is the glue that holds them all together. He's always there for his band members. He's featured on so many of their solo album tracks, and he always just supports them and is there for them. He listens to them. I will never forget when he sat in the car with Jungkook, and Jungkook told him that he has troubles with lyrics, and Junie just went for it. He helped him and they spoke about it, what Jungkook wants to convey, and it was so nice to see that all the members really love Junie, and I think that shows that he's a really great and amazing leader, and he always takes care of them no matter what. He's just amazing. So yes, let's get back to the prompt. A book with a strong MC or leader, and I chose Wolf Song by TJ Klune for that one because Thomas Bennett is amazing. I really loved him so much. He's the leader or the alpha of the Bennett pack, and he is really such a wise and strong and amazing character. It was a pleasure to get to know him, to see the world through his eyes, and the way he guided Ox and his own son was really wow. I really love Thomas Bennett. He is such a great alpha, and what can I say? I love that man so much, and the advice he gave, and sometimes even the fact that he just listened to his wolves and listened to their troubles, their problems, and sometimes didn't even make suggestions but just let them find their own way. It's such a good quality in a leader to sometimes just support the people to find their own way, or to enable them to find their own way. So yeah, Thomas Bennett was amazing. I love that man so much. Okay, and the 6th prompt is Cake Waltz, and it's the Jimin theme. So my prompt is a story with dancing in it, or a great dancing scene. And when I did a format tag and this question came up, I think it was a dancing scene in a book or something like that, I didn't know what to say, but now that I finished A Court of Silver Flames, I can definitely go for that one. Because the dancing scene in this book was amazing. Really, the way Nesta danced in this book was epic. Just epic. And Sarah J. Maas did a really good job at describing her dancing and how it looked like, how it felt to her. I think dancing scenes aren't easy to describe, so she did a really amazing job with that one, and I can highly recommend to watch out for the dancing scene if you ever read the book. And as for the reason why I decided to go for the dancing prompt, well, we all know Jimin loves to dance. Jimin, our little mochi, he's become such an amazing dancer. I know he has his roots in ballet, and you can see that in his dancing style. It influenced it a lot, those fluid and ethereal movements he sometimes has. And I mean, come on, if you think about Black Swan, isn't the first thing you think about Jimin dancing to that song? It's just beautiful. And Jimin's dancing is amazing, and I think it's also kind of typical for him to do all those TikTok challenges at the moment, because he loves to dance, and you can see it in his movements and in the way he dances. It brings him joy. So yeah, that was my reasoning for going for dance prompt. Okay, question number 7 is Shine, and it's the Yoongi theme. And I decided to go for the following question: a book with a famous MC. And I think you could go for actors, idols, dancers, just a really known MC that is very famous. And because this is the Yoongi theme, I picked that one. Because, well, Yoongi is good at everything he does, and the same can be said for all the idols and a lot of stars. Most of them are singing and dancing and having their fingers in other genres and things as well. So Yoongi is one of those people. He is really multi-talented, and he has so many things he is good at. He's a producer, a singer, a dancer, a rapper, just everything. This man is a genius. Honestly, a very good looking genius at that. They are all amazing. They are all gorgeous. But Yoongi is really such a multi-talent. He knows so many things, and he can do so many things. It's amazing. And because of that, and because he once sang that he wants to become famous, and because he always had that strong wish to become famous, to get into music was what drove him. He loves music so much, and he just wanted to get into music, and he followed his dream. And his parents, I think at the beginning they were against it, but he persuaded them with becoming a star, with becoming an idol, and it's just amazing. So yeah, that was the background for that question. And as for a book with a famous MC, I think I will just go with Red, White and Royal Blue here, because quite honestly, both of the main characters in this book are famous. I mean, one is the Prince of England and the other is the son of the President of the United States. So very, very famous people, and people everyone knows. And I loved Red, White and Royal Blue when I read it. Casey McQuiston did a very good job with that one. It had me laughing a lot. Honestly, the turkey scene at Thanksgiving, oh my god, I'm still laughing about that one. And she also tackled a lot of interesting topics and serious topics with it, but also them falling in love was just amazing. So I really like this book. It took me a while to get into it because I'm usually not the fan of, I think it's written in present tense, if I'm right. I will look that up, and if I'm not correct, I will blend it in this video. But it's a hard writing style to get into at first, at least for me it is. But once I was in the book, I just wanted to read it and didn't want to stop. Okay, question number 8 before this video gets even longer. Not alone, the Jungkook theme. And as a prompt, I went for a book with a strong found family in it. And you all know the answer I will give for that. And it's All for the Game by Norris Takevich. Because how couldn't I choose that book for the prompt? Honestly, how couldn't I? This found family of misfits, of people that sometimes did bad or illegal things, or their parents did bad things to them. They're all, I don't know, you might say they all had a very difficult childhood and are kind of damaged because of it, but they form a team together, and this team literally sticks together through everything. I've rarely seen such an amazing found family in a book as the one in All for the Game. And I think them having trust issues because they had a horrible childhood or youth, and trusting each other just adds such a, I don't know, it adds a deeper layer to it. It hits a harder punch than any other found family because those people are really connected. I don't know how to say it or how to explain it better, but yeah. And as for why I chose this one for the Jungkook theme, yeah, it's because I think Jungkookie is, or I know Jungkookie is the maknae of BTS, and he was basically raised by them. I mean, when he started to become a band member or to become a trainee, and when they had the debut, he was still, I think, 14 or 15. He was very, very young. He was still going to school. I think he already moved into the dorm with BTS when he was 13, or at least I think I read once that he moved to Seoul when he was 13. So he was basically raised by his band members, and they are his found family. They are always there for him. They even went to his graduation party and were there and supported him. And because of that, I decided to go for the found family angle here, because I think it's just so lovely. BTS is a family. They are all brothers. They are so close to each other. They support each other all of the time. They visit other members when they have a solo project and make videos. They visit the set and surprise them, and they go to their concerts, or yeah, just family, and they hug and they cuddle, and it's just real family. I mean, they even sent Jin off to the military all together, and it's beautiful. It's so beautiful to see them together and to be a family. Okay, before I continue to bubble, I just go for prompt number 9, which is Friends, the Hoseok theme. And I decided to go for a story that features supportive family members. Parents, siblings, aunts, whatever. And I had a difficult time with this prompt myself, because I mostly read young adult, and in young adult books the parents are always kind of absent and never know what their children are doing. So It wasn't easy to find a book that would fit the prompt, but I decided I would go for Autobiography by Christina Lauren. And it's because of Tanner's parents. One of the MCs is Tanner, and Tanner's parents are amazing. They are so supportive of him being a part of the rainbow and being bisexual. I think he is bisexual, if I remember it correctly. So they are amazing. They support him every way they can. They even ask him if it's okay if they move to Salt Lake City, which has a huge Mormon community, and Mormons aren't that cool about being LGBTQIA+, I think. So yeah, and he basically goes back into the closet for a while because of their move, and his parents always support him and always tell him that he can come out if he wants, that they will support him no matter what, that he can be himself if he wants to. And they are really, his mom and his dad are amazing. Really, I wish every LGBTQIA+ kid would have parents like that. And also the way they handle the situation with Sebastian and the way Tanner's mom comforts Sebastian once he comes out to his family. Amazing parents, just amazing. We should have more representation of parents like that in young adult literature. At least parents that get involved in their teens' lives and don't just let them be. And the reason why I went for that prompt was because, as I said, the song is called Friends, and I wanted a strong bond represented in that prompt. And no matter if it's between friends or between family or siblings, I think BTS, they all have such a strong bond, and they are all friends and brothers and family. So I wanted that strong bond represented. And Hobie is one of those sunshiny people. He's quite literal sunshine. I don't know, whenever I think about Hobie, I think about the sun and about sunflowers and nice and shiny things, about his smile. And he's so welcoming and supportive, and there should just be more Hobies that are welcoming and supportive and that are nourishing their surroundings. So that's the reason why I went for that prompt. Okay, let's see to number 10. Just 2 left. And number 10 is Wish Seokjin theme. And wish, well, here I went for a character you wish or would like to have as a big brother or sister or sibling in general. Because Jin is such a big brother. Really, Jin is the epitome of the big brother. He makes funny dad jokes. He is hilarious. He is the kind of person you would like to have as a big brother, because he always takes care of his brothers, but he also, eases the tension. He is very good at easing the tension and at making fun and bringing out the best in his siblings. So yeah, that's why I decided to go for that prompt. And as for a sibling, I would like to have, well, I think the only answer I can give here is Julian Blackthorne from The Dark Artificers by Cassandra Clare. Because Julian Blackthorne is, he's basically his sibling's dad. Their parents died in the war, and he took care of all his siblings and raised them. And he was only, I think, 12 or 13 when his parents died. Julian Blackthorne is just, I'm in awe of this man, of this person that took care of all his brothers and sisters and just tried to raise them, to be there for them, to nourish them, to feed them even. So yeah, I think everyone would want Julian Blackthorne as their brother, because this boy would literally do anything for his siblings. Really, anything. I still haven't read book 3. I started to read it, but I haven't finished it yet. So yeah, I'm very curious if Julian will continue to be this kind of amazing big brother. But I'm pretty certain he will. Okay, and now let's come to the last question. Yeah, I'm at the last question. I will just take another sip of my coffee here. And so far, it's been going great. Okay. Prompt number 11. Flying the V theme. And as a question here, I went for a book you read in one go while flying through. And I think the book I will go with here is Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda by Becky Albertalli. Because when I picked up that book, and it was one of the first LGBTQIA+ books I ever read, which had an actual MC that was gay. Yeah, I came pretty late to the party, because before that, books just weren't available. I mean, when I was a teen, there didn't exist LGBTQIA+ books. There weren't even a lot of side characters. I think Malek, Magnus and Alec from Cassandra Clare's Shadowhunter series were actually the first 2 side characters I discovered that were 2 boys in a relationship. So when I read Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda, it was basically the first book I ever read that featured 2 boys falling in love, and they were the MCs. So I flew through this book, you have no idea. I had really such a hard time putting it down and not continuing to read, and I think I almost read it in one day, which is a lot, because usually as an adult I have so many things to do. I don't have the time to read more than 2 hours at night. So, and this when my kid is already sleeping, but I rushed through that one and just couldn't put it aside. So I'm going for this one for the flying through prompt. And as for the reason I chose a book you read in one go or a flying through prompt, is because I wrote it down here. Tay Tay is a social butterfly. And he is, I don't know, he is really, really inspiring in the way that he approaches people, and that he just talks with everyone and is easily friends with everyone. I mean, when he was at the Grammys, he approached Lady Gaga and they started to talk and they even hugged, and oh my god, it warmed my heart so much to see this interaction between those two. So he's a social butterfly. He likes to socialize and to talk to other people, and even language isn't a problem for him, because I remember that moment when he went for, I think they went for dinner or so with the Grammy winner. I don't remember his name, but none of them spoke the other's language very well, but they still talked together and they still kind of made it work. So yeah, because of that and because of the flying social butterfly thing, I decided to go for that prompt. Tay Tay is just very popular with other people and easy to get along with, and I think I let that fall into the prompt, because if a book is easy to get along with, you page through it. It's just a reasonable thing to do, because if you get along with a story and hit it off with the story right from the beginning. You just want to page through it. So that was the reasoning behind this. It was a complicated explanation, but yeah. Now you know how I got to this. And I think I might look up the Grammy winner Tae was eating with. I will just blend it in here or here, I don't know, but so that you know with whom he went for dinner or lunch. I'm not all too sure. It's been a long while. I saw the pictures and the videos of them eating. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this tag. It's the second original tag I ever did. There went a lot of thought and a lot of hours into that one to create it, to make it in a way that would be interesting for you to do. So I hope you liked that one and you enjoyed it. And if you did, just write me a comment down below. I always like to get feedback from you. I hope this video won't get all too long. I really try to keep it short and concise, but as you know, with original prompts, you just want to explain how you got to it and the reasons behind the prompts. So yeah, I hope I did a good job with that. I hope you enjoyed it, and I guess there's nothing left to say except of take care, stay healthy and safe, and see you around the next time. Bye! Also, it's me. Hi, I'm the problem, it's me. I actually forgot to tag people for this, so I will be pretty fast and very quick, and we'll just tag the people I know love K-pop as well, or I didn't tag for a while. So here goes nothing. I tag Elle at Elle Nonoda, Bia at Mama Needs to Read Romance, Katja at Katja Weinert, Jam at Bookish Jams, Ellie at Bibbidi Bobbidi Books, Ash at Books to Ashes, Becky at Teacup the Storyteller, Joanna, and Spence at Sphinx Reads. Okay, good. Yeah, thank you for accepting that chaotic energy, and yeah, I just end it here.